Hey guys, it's Quinn, and today we're going to be discussing the incredibly significant, albeit not that surprising news that No Time to Die has been delayed until November 2020. As someone who goes to school in LA, I have the time to make this video, even though it's midterm season, because coronavirus has caused some of my classes to be canceled. So now, more than ever, is an appropriate time to sit down and discuss the ramifications of this news. First and foremost, why did this happen? As I'm sure you are all fully aware of by now, the coronavirus has pretty much wreaked havoc on the global economy. Supply chains are just getting ravaged, and I would say there is a certain level of uneasiness about it globally. And, for good reason. The sucker moves fast, and although we don't quite know how dangerous it is as of now, it is obvious that this is more than just a seasonal cold at this point. Now, how would this affect a Bond film, or really a movie in general? Well, if we have a serious disease moving around, what will obviously be restricted, both de facto and de jure, is large gatherings, including places like movie theaters. If no one wants to be in close proximity to one another, no one will go to a movie theater where you sit arm to arm with someone. Especially the name of the fucking movie is literally called No Time to Die. So, obviously it makes sense that they don't want to release the film now because the revenues from releasing it at this point versus, say, November, which is where they plan on doing it, would just be significantly less. So yeah, it got delayed for financial reasons. Could it maybe help production or post-production? Small differences, maybe, but I doubt it. But what really will the impact be on it? I think it'll be huge, and I think it'll all have to do with revenue. The producers have spent an ungodly amount advertising this film, including an advertisement during the Super Bowl. That alone costs around $5 million. Daniel Craig was just on SNL, which may be the topic of a whole different video in and of itself. There's been a lot of media junkets, a lot of buzz created around this film, especially in the film community, about there being a female 007 character. What you want for a movie, especially a Bond movie, is people to be talking about it, and that was happening. With this film being delayed, though, that invariably will stop to a large extent. It's going to completely take the wins out of the sales of this film, which is exactly what you don't want when you're trying to get a lot of revenue, especially in the opening week of a film like this. Listen, guys, my thoughts on this are twofold, and both are brief. First off, it's a real shame as a fan, for I was really looking forward to seeing this film. I haven't seen a Bond film, in theaters, obviously, for 5 years, and getting to see one with a sort of summer vibe, I think would have been a lot of fun. Of course, that's going to get delayed to the winter now, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, and I just think that's a real shame. Secondly, and perhaps more importantly, I really do worry about how this will affect the film's bottom line. To me, it's very obvious, especially with Daniel Craig stepping down, that this film needs to make a ton of money to show that this franchise will have longevity in the future. For it to not absolutely crush in the box office would be a disaster. I think it needs to clear at least $1 billion, in my opinion. For this not to happen because of a delay would just be atrocious. I think it would be yet another dent that I've talked about in this franchise's armor, and you just don't want to see that happen as a Bond fan. So overall, what are your guys' reactions to it? How did you guys first respond to the news of this film getting delayed till November? Whatever it may be, leave it in the comments section below, and as always, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.